So hello everybody, welcome back. This is the Castles of Dr. Creep, and we're gonna play this level again because, well, I had a previous take at doing this, and I actually got game over because this level is hard as hell. And since I'm stupid, I'm gonna stick with unlimited lives off. So yes, we're gonna play Romania, and this is pretty much the entryway to the kind of horrors that you should be expecting in Baskerville later. I wish I was exaggerating, but this level is still slightly one step ahead because it's not entirely horrible, but, well, you'll see later what I mean by how horrible this level is because, well, the first half of the level is not too bad even though it throws rooms like this, which are just completely mean as you're going to see. Basically, this is where you'll see if you have a quick trigger. Yeah, I unfortunately don't have much of a quick trigger, so I just keep doing that until something happens. Because yeah, you need to use your own body in order to kill every single one of these mummies, and you're not allowed to fuck up. Not at all. And right now I'm actually gonna have to go back here because now the gun is way too low. Because you really need to be quick in going into the teleporter before the gun shoots you down, and you really don't have much room for error here. The moment the gun starts, you better teleport. Just like that. And you also need to remember that this gun will shoot you in the head provided that you're really close to it. And basically you just need to be really careful doing all of this routine and just sitting around here waiting for death to claim you. Only to teleport away like a coward. Because that's the kind of person that we are. So right now we're not gonna go worry about the conveyor belts yet because, well, I'm already worried about the mummies, so yeah, here's to hoping that I can configure this thing in time. Even though I didn't even need it to go back to the pink thing, so I'm stupid. But at least I'm a stupid man who gets results. So basically, we're doing all of that because later on we're going to be backtracking through this level. And by backtracking through this level, I mean we're gonna do it a lot. So we're going to come from the lower right, and this is why we're gonna make sure that all of those things are shut down. And right now I'm gonna hang up on the top of here because this is the only way to move the gun around, by the way. And we're gonna come multiple times into this room, as you will see soon. Because the first half of this level, well, it's nothing but puzzles that are recurring. Basically, we're gonna have to go through every single room that will follow the room that we just went through multiple times so that we can solve it. And now, how do we climb this ladder? Because the gun is way too close to the well, the ladder is too close to the gun, so that was magnificent! The kind of performance that we expected into a level like this. Into a level where you usually strive to not fuck up at all and die in the stupidest way ever. So, yeah, did I really have a good idea of doing that with no unlimited lives? I'm not so sure anymore. But that's okay, I guess we'll see. Oh god. But at least I can still work on this puzzle a little bit. I'm not gonna have to come back to this room a time more, but hey, what do you know? There's going to be rooms after that where we're gonna have to come back something like 6 times. So, take 2. How do we climb this ladder without dying like a retard? Yeah, you need to make the gun shoot because the ray gun can only shoot 1 laser at a time or something, so you just make it shoot, and by the time the projectile is leaving the screen and all of this, well, you can go back and do something. And oh yeah, I gotta make sure to not forget to open this door because I'm going to regret it later. So once again, we're gonna have to come back multiple times into this room, but it's not as bad. And I really like the red teleporter which is there. The perfect dumbass trap. Because I'm not really sure why will anyone even want to go there willingly. So now it's Frankenstein killing time. And unfortunately, due to the way that the ladders are all set up and all of this, well, guess what? There's no way to trigger them all at once. So we're gonna have to be boring and do it one at a time. So basically, we just need to lure Frankenstein over here and just let him be, because we're gonna come back to this room later, and well, by then we'll be able to flip on the switch that just makes the Frankenstein go around. And this is also a room in which you need to kill Frankenstein, but this time you can do it yourself, with your own body. So yeah, every single one of these rooms you need to come back, and basically we're just going through these rooms multiple times so that we can eventually build our way to even more tedium. How logical is that? But at least you can go through this room a little bit faster, because you can just trigger everyone all at once, and they surely won't mind. Because once again, we're going to fry all of those Frankensteins the same way that we did into one of the previous rooms. Okay. I was so excited that there was a room which actually was easier than the other ones that I had to go through so far. And holy shit, is the frame rate taking a huge nosedive in this level. There's just so much teleporters as well than no, not teleporters, conveyor belts as well than lightning machines, and those things really do really make a huge dent into the frame rate. Because it's not like the Commodore 64 was built to have a whole lot of graphical details and all of this into the screen all at once. So here we go, another recurring puzzle. Aren't you tired of those yet? I sure am not, because, well, this doesn't look like much, but what we're going through right now is the fun part of the level. Once that we're going to get past this, well, the rest of the level is going to become a huge goddamn core. I wish I was kidding, but I'm really not. You will see. So now that you've seen how we need to go through every single room of these, I'm just going to cut all of the solving, the mid-solving of the rooms and all of this that we need to go through. So yeah, every single time you go into this room, you also need to make the gun rise like that, just so that you don't get decapitated by the gun on your next visit, because it has quite some time to lower in between every single visit that you do. So hey, what do you know? You have to do this every single time. So, I'll see you later. So, welcome back to this room, but how come didn't we do any progress? Well, this is an alternate way to do progress into this room. You can just let the mummies do it for you, and after being all grateful and all of this, well, guess what? Once that you're done doing your business, you unfortunately need to kill them. How sad is that? But that's what they deserve, because they're so mean, even though they're trying to be all friendly and all of this by trying to hug everyone inside. Well, this is what they eventually get. So while we're into this room, well, you're gonna have a glimpse of how you're supposed to deal with the Frankensteins. Basically, we're gonna have to do this every single time that we go through this room. That's one less jerk out of the way. Oh great, I'm not even working through this room the way I'm supposed to, but whatever. You can do whatever you want. But... oh yeah, actually, you can do several guys all at once if you're setting yourself up the proper way. Or maybe it's not gonna work. No, it's actually gonna work. I'm surprised. So next time that we go through this room, we're gonna have 2 Frankensteins in the barbecue. So... since that there's pretty much nothing else to showcase or anything, it's time to cut off things. So, when I was talking about all of the times that we will save by having all of the Frankenstein spawn all at once. Yep, that worked out pretty well indeed. So now all we need to do is to cut off all of those things, because yeah, for some reason they really needed like 4 different conveyor belts into this room. Don't know why, and I don't really care, because the only thing I'm caring about is the dreadful future that this level offers to us. Welcome back into this room, because we're back here is considering that we're finally gonna have one of the pieces of the puzzle ready. This little red thing which is down here. So now we can safely backtrack through this room whenever we're gonna have to backtrack. And by backtrack I mean we're gonna have to circle the entire castles like a million of times. Unless that something goes right, and I'm hoping this one thing will go right. Welcome back to the brain extraction of a mummy. That was a success. So now that we've done all of this room is complete. One out of many other rooms. We still have quite a bit of millage to go through, but on this visit at least we'll be able to finally be done with a whole bunch of these rooms. At least this will eventually have an end, but ho ho ho, just you wait until what's coming up, because it sure will be a laugh riot. I assure you, everything is going to be awesome. So yeah, thanks to the poor pathfinding of Frankenstein, we're going to have to cut through... We're going to be able to cut through this room just a little bit more. By being able to just cut off everything. And no, you cannot cut this conveyor belt which is up here because, well, this is the game's mean of making it so that if you want to go back previous rooms and all of this, well, you can simply go left and simply be done with it. No, you have to circle through the entire castle. That's the most brilliant idea that anyone has ever heard. This room here is also done. Now it's just a simple matter of flipping this switch so that another room is finally done. I think there's something like 2 or 3 rooms remaining in total, and I don't even know why I'm doing that, considering that this gun will miss you no matter where you are and whatnot, even though this is a pretty close shot. Because I'm pretty sure that in one of the other levels, the rope is at the same distance and whatnot, but still, you're going to die if you attempt to do something like this. So, yeah, unfortunate, oh great, I just fucked up my order. But yeah, this room, we still need one more pass in order to be done with it, and... well, I still need to carry on with the recording, considering that, well... you still need to have at least an idea of the kind of disgust that you'll go through whenever you'll be able to go through it. But hey, at least this switching of machines here is different. You have to do that instead. And contrary to the other rooms, you have to press a button so that, well, you can actually... oh, yeah. Well, I had a good reason to keep the tape rolling after all. Because we're going to be done with this room, but there will be a twist. Because, well... as you've seen, we've shut off all of the trapdoors, but we're gonna have to go back through this room again whenever it will be finally done. So that means that we're still gonna have to circle around all of those rooms at least 2 more times. So yeah, the game is just going through the entire way in order to mess with you. But hey, at least this is also done. So that we're back into the wannabe Teasdale room where you have to use a shit ton of teleporters, flipping the things off one by one, and well, I'm going to spare you the journey for the final thing and whatnot. So here we go. Okay, so we're finally done into this. We're finally done. Oh well, you're right. We're finally done into this room. All of the conveyor belts and all of this are out of the way, and if I remember correctly, we can also be done with the other room. So by the time we'll finally have flipped this conveyor belt right here, all of the rooms, well, not all of the rooms, because there's still the Teasdale-like room with the teleporters that we need to clear, but we'll be able to clear this on our next visit as well. So we're all done with this, and we're never gonna have to backtrack again. Oh no, guess again, since there's absolutely no way to avoid going through this at all, well, guess what, you have to circle all around the level again, just so you can do this. Now they're just fucking with you. I mean, absolutely no respect for anyone, because why making you backtrack so stupidly for incredibly long lengths of time? We're not even halfway done with this level, and I'm already bored with this level. Oh no, wait, I was wrong, because you still need to flip one switch. Okay, never mind, because we still needed to go through here anyway. So, we're going to get back here. So I'll enter this one door and I'll surface from the orange one. Just witness the magic trick. So here we go, we're finally done with the first half of the level. After only like 20 minutes. Which probably was the lane that most of the castles that we went through previously were. So hell yeah, we can already have a huge sigh of relief, but just you wait. Just you wait, because this castle still has a few tricks up its sleeve. And this is the point where you'll pretty much see that this castle just hates you and wants you dead. If not dead by means of obstacles and all this, I mean more dead by the term of brain boredom. Yeah, that's a new medical disease that I've just formed at this very instant. So let's have a look at the second half of the level, which is those 5 last rooms up here. So that's the exit up here, and basically, yeah, we're gonna have to enable a whole bunch of trapdoors to block the Frankensteins, but we can do that because there's a conveyor belt blocking the way, and to activate the switch we also need to activate that one trapdoor from the room to the right, I mean. And it should also be worth noting that, well, once that you've got into a new room, there's no way coming back apart from circling through the entire castle. So, yep, I hope you're ready for excitement here. So yeah, we need this green key here, but rest assured that it's not going to be as easy as it looks. Because, well, we're gonna have to deal with all of those mummies over here, and, well, this is the one part where killing enemies with trapdoors and all of this can actually work into your favor, but you really need to be really lucky. Because if you manage to do that correctly in all of this, well, you can make it so that... Yeah, here we go, I've just fucked up. But if you can do that, well, this is the greatest sigh of relief that you could possibly ever let go through, or something like that. Because by succeeding into this one obstacle, you can pretty much save close to 20 minutes. But unfortunately, it didn't work out, so we're just gonna have to check out the rest of the rooms. Okay, there's obviously nothing that we can do here. But whenever I'll be back to the green room, I'm going to explain you how you're actually supposed to beat this room without using the trapdoors to kill mummies. Because this is one long-winded process that will bring us through all of these rooms. Basically, you've probably figured out the gist of it from the first room. Basically, the way to open the rooms are accessible by the room to the right. And have you noticed, once again, every single one of these rooms is a recurring puzzle that you can only do one stuff at a time and you have to come back to it. So you can already see the huge amusement that you're gonna go through. Yeah, at least this room here is a whole lot less painless than some of the others, but, well, it's not enough. Because we're still gonna have to go there like 3 times. Ugh. Because this is where the castle will get really tedious, because, well, I'm just going to show it to you. We now need to go back to this one room. Okay, the time is right now is 22 minutes and 10, so let's just see how long it takes before we even get back there. Yep. Every single time that you go through a room, you have to circle around the entire castle. Great fucking idea. I mean, what kind of... Did the developer of the game really think it was fun to make you do this? Because, yeah. Well, I already said it at the beginning of the level that I don't like this castle at all, but... This is the reason why, because it's just fucking around and it just eats you as well than everything that you stand for. That's just really, really, really mean. Okay, it was 22 minutes and 10 seconds if I remember correctly, so... And I still need to pay a visit to the green room. So that I can explain what I'm supposed to be doing in order to get past the room in question. No, wait, this is not even the right room. I'm already locked down into a pattern, even though we're not gonna have to go back into this room for a long time. But hey, it's already been taking at least 1 minute. Not to mention that, well, you pretty much just walk in all of those rooms. There's really nothing interesting happening. You just walk through a room and stuff like that. So, here we go. Excitement galore. Okay, so... Or maybe I could find a way to that. So that, well, we can fulfill the solution in question. But, once again, I'm gonna have to be lucky with the trapdoor. Nah, unfortunately, it's not going to be happening. Okay. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Those mummies just decided to ruin my day. Okay. No, I need you to be both synchronized. Ow. Oh my god, this is so terrible. Because, well, I need both of these things to be green. Ah, here we go. Because, well... no, do as I say, okay. So, how do we deal with those mummies now? Well, you probably have guessed. You see this room on to the right where the gate is closed and all of this? Yeah, this is how you're supposed to deal with them. You need to go to this room to lure the mummies to the right, and we're gonna have to come back to the lower left entrance so that we can flip the trapdoors which are right there in order to trap them behind. And in order to eventually get to this one empty room which seems useless, well, we're gonna have to go through these 3 rooms in order to solve all of the recurring puzzles one by one so that we eventually get to the thing. Oh my god, this is just plain bad. I wish I could find an optimistic way to approach this, but I just can't. This is just awful. I do not upload this castle at all. So, yeah, you've probably guessed at this point that pretty much every single one of these rooms is going to be cut out, considering that all of the backtracking and all of this that we have to do. So, oh, and yeah, I didn't even check out the time too. 24 minutes. Yeah, it took over 3 minutes to do all that we wanted to do, even though I spent something like an entire minute trying to mess with those mummies. So, alright, let's start doing this, those rooms. Okay, this is the right button that I need to press in order to go forward, even though I should know how to go forward at this point. So here we go, we can open up the way to the other room and... oh, fuck, we have to circle an entire fucking time again. Alright, you know what? Let's make this more amusing. So, okay, where is the... okay. We're just going to resort to emulator magic here. Hey, you know what? Out of a sudden, this game has become really fun. But hey, at least on this castle you can do this so that you can eventually speed your playthrough and whatnot. Even though, okay, but yeah, it started becoming a little bit harder here. Okay, since we're now into a part where we need to do that, well, it's time to put it at a normal speed. Yeah, why am I going into this room again? Well, this is in order to prepare my trap, because if all of those things are not green by the time I come back into the room, I'm so going to hate myself whenever I'll finally triumph through all of these rooms, so that, well, I can finally do something about the mummies to get the white key that I need to finally start working through the exit. Yeah, that's not too far from Baskerville, but it's still a better castle, but okay, it's not by much. And yeah, Baskerville is coming fairly soon. By the time that you're seeing this update, well, Baskerville will be 2 updates right after this one, so you better get ready for fun, okay or not. You're probably just... The entire Baskerville video is probably just going to be an entire hour of me just going, "What the fuck is wrong with those designers?" Even though there's only like one guy who worked on the game. But alright, we've opened up the way to the light blue room. But hey, what do you know? We're gonna have to circle back because there's obviously no way back to the other room. Because the designer is just a dick butt. So here we go. We're just going to backtrack to all of this once again. Using emulator magic, obviously. 7 gods! It's a brand new room! Okay. Yeah, and if you don't know what that means, there's one masterpiece of writing helpies that you should actually not forget about. The Divinity Helpy, because it's a masterpiece of surrealistic writing in which, well, it's not the best written Helpy in the world, but it's by far the most unintentionally amazing one. I suggest that you pay it a visit. Considering that if you like phrases like having emancipated skeletons, because, well, every single fantasy game needs skeleton to break free from oppression. And we're gonna break free from the oppression of this horrible castle right now. Well, look at that. We're finally gonna have another room done, because now we're to finally be able to flip all of the switches, and this way we can have the green keys. The green key. Oh my god, I'm already growing blind at this point. I can't even differentiate colors anymore. Or maybe the green thing from those lightning machines is just burnt into my brain so that I can't even see what is what. But yeah, we've done 2 of these rooms, and you can already tell that time advanced by at least 13 minutes. Yeah. When I was telling that the second half of the level was far more painful, because, okay, yeah, let's just count them together. There's like 5, 10, 11, yeah, there's 16 rooms. It took us less time to go through the 11 rooms right below that it will take us for 5. This is just plain stupid. And this is mainly why I want this castle to go to hell, because, well, once again, we're gonna have to backtrack. If you love backtracking, make sure you play this castle over and over again. Especially since, well, one of my previous recordings of this was crap because I lost all of my lives. Because I'm really not careful. But, well, at least it shall not happen because there's no reason to die anymore. But anyway. Okay. We're finally back into this room. Time to see what the red key will allow us to do. Yeah, it's been so long that I don't even remember what the previous room looks like. Oh yeah, you need to do that so that you can shut off the conveyor belt. And it also doesn't help that, well, all of the 5 rooms that are on the top, except maybe for the green one that has the mummies and all of this, is completely boring and void of interest. All that you have to do is to flip some switches and go through the motions. As much as the beginning part of the level was pretty hard and offer pretty interesting puzzles, especially the one with the ray gun in the blue room, where you had to use your body to shoot mummies while teleporting around, well, there's none of this creativity into the rest of the level, but alright, you know the drill. Oh boy! Time to tackle a new room. I like new and exciting challenges. Especially the ones that involve running and switches. I wonder if it's possible to cut through this. Ow, just missed barely. I'm pretty sure it's possible to shorten that by running past the force field, but you really need to be precise as hell in order to climb through the ladder. So, alright, we're gonna be back. So, welcome back everybody. Why am I into this room? Well, I've given it quite a bit of thought, and well, I think I found out, well, what will my personal help be? If the game was running at this point, and well, that you needed to just go and backtrack through all of this, all very, very slowly, wouldn't that be the most horrible thing that could ever happen? Well, it could be, but I'm pretty sure there could be worse. Absolutely worse. Even worse. But right now, let's all forget about those nasty visions of hell and let's just focus on the successes that we have. We only need one more room to go through before we can finally start tackling the exit room. Basically, we're going to be able to go here so that we can pull off our plan against the mummies, since that we didn't manage to kill them using the trapdoors. And this is why I really wanted to make sure that those things were going to turn green, because otherwise they would never be able to get there. So now that they're here, we can finally pull off our plan. We can just run like crazy to that room again from the lower left door so that we can trap all of them in order to be able to flip the switches and get the white key, which will make us be able to get out of this mess. So let's do this. Alright, it's time to see if we have the essence of a Olympic sprinter. Yes, just barely. You basically need to start running like crazy as soon as you get here, otherwise you're gonna fail. But we didn't fail because I really didn't feel like doing another tourniquet of this hellish palace. Ugh. Thank God for the speed up, not version, but function of the emulator, because I swear that I would have stopped making this video a long time ago. So here we go, we can turn off the switch. That will finally allow us to do some more tourniquets around this palace. That's the best castle ever. It really is. But thankfully, we have an ally. Okay, I think I'm still alive, but oh god. It's almost done, it's almost done. But it's still not enough, we still need to go through all of this shit. Oh, this really earns an award for being the worst castle of all time. No, it's not the worst castle of all time because, well, you can do this. Okay. Yeah, it's really not working too well when it's recording, but yeah. Anyway, time to warp. Yay, we're finally done. Oh god. Get it done already. I just want to be able to flip those switches faster. It's not going fast enough for me. Why are you such a slow runner? Oh my god, this fucking sheep is finally over, but at least you get such a nice bridge. That's the only kind of solace that you get from such a shitty level. Yeah. So, yeah, if you were wondering about what you're gonna see in Baskerville, that's a good approximate. Except that when we're gonna do Baskerville, well, we're not going to be able to abuse the fast forward feature on the emulator like I did with this castle. So, thankfully this made the castle a shitload shorter, but it's still way too goddamn long. So, yeah, certainly the second worst castle of the entire game. The first one being Baskerville, obviously. Aren't you looking forward to this castle? I am. I really am. So here we go. That was Romania. I hope that you enjoyed watching because I didn't enjoy making this video at all. So it's time to let the music speak. See you in another castle.